This fly I call the chicken. I tie my thread almost in the center of the hook. The reason for this is when I wind my marabou on, I only want it to stick out a little ways past the hook bend. The reason for this is when you have a fish strike the hook, I don't want them to have a, I don't want them to miss the hook. So if there's too much marabou sticking out past that, there might be a tendency to miss the fish. So if it's just sticking out a little bit, then you're going to end up having more hookups. What I do is palmer the marabou over the hook shank. I'll wet my fingers and just kind of pull the marabou back as I wind forward. Untangle it as I go. And just do that until there's no more marabou left. And I'll do, 4 to 5 wraps. Secure that into place. Trim off this stem. I'll tie in my chenille. Wind my thread back to roughly half an inch left of the hook, because this is where you're going to tie in your other piece of marabou and your rabbit for your throat. So I'll wind my chenille forward. This is just to create an underbody, give it a little sparkle. I'll take my rabbit. This is going to be my throat. Just hold it and do a loose wrap. Make sure it's centered on the bottom. 3 or 4 tight ones. I'll bend that back over. That just secures it into place more. This is not going to be seen. It's going to be covered up by the white marabou. Then I'll take my white marabou, tie it in front of the rabbit. Bend it back over, just kind of skewer it a little bit. Wind my thread up to the eye. And again, I'm going to palmer my white marabou around the hook shank forward and pull back the marabou so it covers the chenille and the rabbit. And you got to untangle it as you go, especially with the longer pieces. Then when I just have the stem, I will do probably 3 to 4 wraps, maybe more. Secure that really nice. I'm going to trim off that excess. And then I'm just going to build up a nice head. I'll do a couple knots. This is a great pattern for landlocked salmon. It's really quick, easy, and very effective. Then I'll just kind of poof it out. Make sure it's covering the whole hook shank. So when it's wet, that crystal will bleed through, the red will bleed through, and I fish it on a 150 grain line, and I strip, stop, so it's erratic coming through the water, and it's a really good big big fish fly.